Breaking news from England this morning. Prince Harry has won his phone hacking lawsuit against the publisher of the Daily Mail. A judge awarded the prince $180,000 after finding that hacking at Mirror Group was widespread and habitual, and that executives were aware of the practice and covered it up. A lawyer read a statement on behalf of the Duke of Sussex outside the High Court after the verdict was announced.
I hope that the court's findings will serve as a warning to all media organisations who have employed these practices and then similarly lied about them. Mirror Group's actions were so calculated and misleading that their pattern of destroying evidence and concealing their unlawful behaviour continued into the litigation itself and, as the judge has ruled, even to this day.
Now, in his suit, Prince Harry alleged that Mirror Group used unlawful means to produce nearly 150 stories about his life between 1996 and 2010. He had been seeking $560,000 in damage as part of his battle with the British tabloids. Let's now bring in Afua Hagan, CTV royal commentator, joining us from London. Afua, thank you for your time on CTV News Channel.
No worries. Thanks for having me.
This is being seen as a big victory, a vindication, as the judge rules in Harry's favour on almost half of the claims. Talk to us about the suit.
Yes, absolutely. This is seen as a big vindication for Prince Harry, 15 out of the 33 articles that he brought to trial, the judge ruled that those were obtained by illegal means, by phone hacking, and he was awarded £140,600. Now, the Mr. Justice Fancourt says that Mirror Group newspaper directors turned a blind eye and positively concealed unlawful information gathering. He said there was extensive phone hacking between 2006 and 2011, and he ruled that the Duke of Sussex was hacked to an extent. Now, it's worth noting that in 2011, there was actually an inquiry called the Leveson Inquiry into media standards, and that was basically into phone hacking. So some of the phone hacking that went into obtaining these stories about Prince Harry actually took place whilst there was an inquiry into phone hacking.
Let's talk about how historic also this case actually was. The fact that we saw a royal prince in the court during this battle.
Oh, yes. This is the first time that we've seen a senior royal in court in 132 years. And so it's hugely significant that he was in court. But it's also significant that this judgment came after a trial. And of course, that damages were awarded of quite a high amount. Now, we know that Prince Harry was looking for around £300,000, £140,000 was granted, but a hugely significant trial. First of all, like I said, because the first royal in trial for 132 years in the witness box. But this isn't the first case. Well, this is just the first case, It isn't the last, I should say. He has two other cases in court against different newspaper groups, one that owns the Daily Mail and one that owns the Sun newspaper here in the United Kingdom. And we can expect to hear the judgments of those cases over the next year. But those judges will be looking at this particular judgment, 308 pages of it, pouring through those details and using the precedents that has been set, perhaps in their own judgments also.
And we know that in the past, on several occasions, Harry has spoken about how he holds the British press media responsible for his mother's death. And he, beg your pardon, and he always wanted to bring the press to account. You did mention about the other cases as well. What are experts now beginning to say? How will this verdict really help him in the other battles fighting against newspapers?
You're absolutely right. Prince Harry has said that this is his life's work. It's all about holding people accountable, these huge newspaper groups, that they can't just get away with obtaining stories by illegal means. He has two other cases in court against other newspaper groups, and this could set a precedent. They could think that because he won against Mirror Group newspapers, that it could happen against these other two newspaper groups as well. Prince Harry himself personally is going to be fired up, and his team will be as well. They will take this as a win, take this as a sense of vindication, and take this feeling into the next two cases. And those newspaper groups as well will be looking at these judgments and perhaps thinking, we need to get our house in order because we could be next. The ruling could be against us as well.
All right, we'll leave it at that for now. Afua Hagan, CTV's royal commentator. Thank you for your time, Afua.
Thank you.